Cleto Valentine Escobedo III, born on August 23, 1966, and died on November 11, 2025, will forever be remembered as the heart and soul of late-night television music. A gifted saxophonist, bandleader, and beloved friend, Cleto's rhythm and charm filled every room he entered, most famously through his two-decade presence as the musical heartbeat of Jimmy Kimmel Live. His untimely passing in November 2025 left a deep silence in the world of music, a silence that echoed the absence of a man whose life was built around melody, laughter, and love. Net worth and legacy. At the time of his death, Cleto Escobedo's net worth was estimated between $2 million and $4 million, a reflection not just of his musical success, but of a career defined by consistency, dedication, and an undying love for his craft. But beyond financial measures, Cleto's true wealth lay in the joy he brought to others, the millions of smiles his music inspired, the energy he gave to live audiences, and the loyalty he shared with his bandmates and lifelong friends. Early life, a child of music and dreams. Born on August 23, 1966, in the vibrant city of Las Vegas, Nevada, Cleto was destined to live a life steeped in music. His parents, Cleto Escobedo Jr. and Sylvia Escobedo, were pillars of love and inspiration. His father, once a butler for legends like Sammy Davis Jr. and Tom Jones, was also a talented musician. Though he set aside his musical dreams to raise his family, fate brought him back to the stage years later as a member of his son's band on Jimmy Kimmel Live. It was Cleto's mother who first suggested that his father teach him to play the saxophone, a moment that would shape the rest of his life. Under his father's patient guidance, young Cleto discovered not only a talent for the instrument, but also an emotional connection to the art of sound. Every note he played carried warmth, passion, and purpose. After high school, Cleto attended the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, where he initially pursued a degree in political science. Yet, as he performed with jazz bands around campus, the stage kept calling louder than politics ever could. What started as a semester off to focus on music soon turned into a lifelong journey of rhythm, soul, and creative expression. A lifelong friendship, Cleto and Jimmy Kimmel. Fate often introduces us to the people who will change our lives in the most unexpected ways. For Cleto, that person was Jimmy Kimmel. Their story began in 1977 when the Kimmel family moved across the street from the Escobedos in Las Vegas. The two boys, both mischievous and full of energy, quickly became inseparable. They attended Gwynn Junior High School together, where their friendship blossomed into a lifelong brotherhood. The pair shared endless nights staying up late, glued to the television, watching Late Night with David Letterman. They dreamed together, laughed together, and unknowingly built the foundation for a creative partnership that would one day become iconic. Their shared love for comedy and late-night television became a bond that would endure decades, leading to one of the most heartwarming collaborations in entertainment history. Rising career, a journey through the beat. Before joining Jimmy Kimmel Live, Cleto was already making waves across the vibrant music scene of Las Vegas. Known for his soulful saxophone and magnetic stage presence, he soon earned opportunities to tour with some of the world's biggest stars. In 1988, his career took a major leap forward when he began touring with pop sensation Paula Abdul, performing songs from her hit album Forever Your Girl. His talent and energy caught attention everywhere he went, and soon he was performing alongside Latin music powerhouse Marc Anthony. It was during one of those tours that destiny came calling once again. Jimmy Kimmel reached out with an offer that would change Cleto's life forever. Jimmy, who had recently launched his late-night talk show Jimmy Kimmel Live on ABC, wanted his childhood best friend to lead the show's house band. At that time, Cleto was at a crossroads, contemplating stepping away from music altogether. But the invitation from Jimmy reignited his spirit. With renewed passion, Cleto embraced the opportunity, forming the now-beloved band Cleto and the Cletones. From the very first episode in 2003, Cleto's charisma and musicianship became an integral part of the show's identity. Together with Jimmy Kimmel, he co-wrote the show's catchy theme song alongside Jonathan Kimmel and Les Pierce. His saxophone solos and infectious laughter created an atmosphere of joy that kept both the studio audience and viewers at home smiling night after night. Musical collaborations and advocacy. Cleto's brilliance extended beyond Jimmy Kimmel Live. He shared the stage and collaborated with some of the most talented musicians in late-night television, including Jimmy Vivino of Late Night with Conan O'Brien and Paul Schaefer, the legendary bandleader from The Late Show with David Letterman. He was more than a performer, he was an advocate for musicians' rights. Alongside fellow bandleaders from other shows, Cleto pushed for fair compensation for musical performances featured on online platforms like YouTube. His advocacy reflected not only his integrity, but also his deep respect for the art and the artists behind the music. For over 20 years, Cleto and his band shaped the sound and soul of Jimmy Kimmel Live. Whether playing for celebrity guests or delivering spontaneous jam sessions, Cleto's presence always radiated warmth and authenticity. His laughter filled the studio, his music lifted spirits, and his friendship with Jimmy became one of television's most genuine partnerships. Personal life, a man of love and family. Behind the stage lights and applause, Cleto was a devoted husband, father, and friend. He was married to Lori, the love of his life, and together they built a beautiful family filled with laughter, music, and warmth. The couple lived in Studio City, California, where they raised their 2 children with the same values of love and kindness that Cleto had grown up with. Those who knew him best described him as gentle, humble, and endlessly generous. He never let fame change his heart. His life was simple, yet full, anchored by the people he loved most and the joy of doing what he was born to do. A heartfelt goodbye. On November 11th, 2025, the world lost a true musical gem. Cleto Escobedo passed away at the age of 59, leaving behind a legacy that words can scarcely describe. His death was announced by his dearest friend, Jimmy Kimmel, through a series of emotional posts that day. Though the exact cause of his passing has not been publicly confirmed, his sudden loss sent waves of grief through the entertainment world. Some reports speculated complications from a liver transplant, though this remains unverified. Regardless of the details, one thing is certain. His passing left a void that will never be filled. Fans, friends, and colleagues across the globe poured out their love and condolences, remembering Cleto not only for his musical genius, but for his heart, humor, and humanity. He was more than a band leader. He was the soul behind the laughter, the melody behind the magic. A lasting legacy. Cleto Escobedo's story is one of passion, friendship, and purpose. From a young boy learning saxophone in Las Vegas to the leader of one of television's most beloved bands, his life was a melody of hard work, loyalty, and love. He turned moments into memories, rhythms into joy, and performances into connections that transcended the screen. For over 20 years, his music gave life to Jimmy Kimmel Live, making him not just part of the show, but part of its very soul. Though his saxophone may have fallen silent, his melody continues to play in the hearts of those he touched. Every laugh shared, every note played, every late-night performance he led will forever remind us of a man who gave his all for the music he loved and the people he cared for. Cleto Escobedo's name will always echo in the rhythm of joy he brought to the world, a timeless tune of love, friendship, and unforgettable passion.